Hello everyone, welcome. I want to start actually with Reverend, like most of the speakers we have, because it's been nearly 3 months since Reverend's murderous rampage, and I think it's fair to say that everyone, even the English Defence League, have been very quick to line up to denounce his actions. Everyone is against killing people, except there is a silence, a deafening silence from all mainstream politicians of the leading governments across Europe. They denounce his actions, but they don't denounce his ideas. Because what we are seeing right across Europe is an arc of Islamophobia. That's how I describe it. It ranges from the EDL and Jobbik at one end of the spectrum. It goes through Sinn Féin, UKIP, the BNP, the Front National in the middle, and then somewhere with Sarkozy, Merkel and David Cameron. All of which blame multiculturalism. First states failed this country. No, they failed us. Multiculturalism helped this country. All of them say that Muslims are the problem, and we say no, you are the problem, not Muslims in this country. So there's an arc of Islamophobia. Now I want to say this, that I believe this arc is dovetailing. It's dovetailing in the sense that what's going on is both the war in Afghanistan and the occupations in Iraq have dovetailed with the war on terror, which is now dovetailing completely with Cameron's own racist agenda in this country. And let's be clear. I'm old school, I still cut things out, I haven't cut and paste on the internet. Let's be clear. There's a complete conspiracy, a complete openness about this agenda. And I'm going to quote from the Leveson inquiry. I don't know how many people have followed it, but it's been a very, very interesting inquiry into the ethics of the press. And they called recently a man called Richard Pecker. I don't know if people know him, he shouldn't be really, you've got a brain cell in your head, you won't read the Daily Star. But he was the journalist who actually rightly resigned from the Daily Star, and this is what he told the inquiry. He said this, he walked out of the Daily Star because it was Islamophobic, it was hate-mongering, and it was a genuine success that came from the very top of the corporation. It was crude, it was morally deplorable, play on politics and fear, all in the pursuit of profit. So we have the mainstream media, and he then talks about other newspapers and culture as well. The mainstream media, in the pursuit of profit, in the pursuit of selling more papers, playing the race card. So we know from the horse's mouth what's going on. But I'll tell you, it's not just what Cameron said in Luton that worries me. He said the same thing again on Monday. He once again attacked multicultural Britain, and he began to set arguments up about the fear of migrant workers. And this is what he said on Monday. He said this: he claims that immigration brings real pressure on our communities up and down the country, pressure on schools, housing and healthcare. We talk to people seeking simply to take advantage of our National Health Service, leading to discomfort and tension in some of our communities. You see, I think that man's being foxy. He's being very foxy. He thinks he's being a foxy man. Because he said that day when a man called Liam Fox was under the spotlight, wasn't it? I mean, it was to detract from what Liam Fox was doing. Now, I'm against fox hunting, but in this exception, this case, I'm an exception. I hope they run it through the ground, judging through a bridge, and little man's guts out. Well, the reason why I think Cameron's playing the race card is called the cuts agenda. Because far from worrying about the tensions that migration is causing to our National Health Service, our housing and our education, it's his cuts that have created the tensions in our communities over housing, over education, over National Health Service. And it's his government that wants people to blame other people rather than blame themselves. And I'm with the kid in Fargo, in America, who carried the placard which said, "Bankers, suck my debt." I'm with him, because I don't believe we should allow Muslims or Polish workers or anyone else from any other country who comes to this country to make a living. They export their capital from one country to another, so why shouldn't ordinary people be able to travel from one country to another to get jobs, to get security? It's good enough for the rich, it's good enough for everybody else. So I'm with those people, and just that record, that young lady Fargo was told, was arrested and said he'd been taken to court for being obscene. He went to court on Tuesday and was found not guilty by the judge, and the judge said it's the bankers who are obscene, and the judge is absolutely right, they are obscene ones, and we should get them into it. I'll tell you, we used to have Norman Tebbit. Some of you in this room recently don't remember Norman Tebbit. Anything called the cricket test was to see if you really were English or not. I hate cricket. I can't stand it. I failed the test right from the beginning. But we've got a new one now. It's called the Winston Churchill test, the Boudica test. It's being given by Cameron. He said that when people come to this country, they need to know things about our culture. God knows what Boudica has got to do with anything about our culture, but never mind, I'm sure somewhere down the line it is. And he says this, we need to know who Biden's come. They need to be able to answer questions, like when was Winston Churchill Prime Minister? When did Boudica sack St Albans? Does anyone know? Come on. Come on. The English aren't proud to do this, okay? Anyone? It was 1861. So you're all proud, but you've got to now get lost just like everybody else. So you're proud, and actually, you haven't failed the test at all. Because it wasn't St Albans, and it was Verulamium. So he doesn't even know his own history. So let's try to let's forget the tests. Everyone should be welcome here. And I think I have to say this, that the legitimisation of racism, and I tell you some people you should know better. People like Polly Swainby, who supports the Independent and she's proud to call herself an Islamophobe. Glassman, who runs his Blue Labour project, saying that somehow we should welcome the EDL into our arms. They should be ashamed of themselves, because what they do is by actually playing along, by conceding to the racists, they step from their hands. I've always been a believer that if you give 1 inch to a racist, they do not go away, they come back for more and more and more and more and more to this. And I say this, that they are fueling the far right and they are fueling fascism. They are fueling the far right in 3 forms. In the kind of right-wing populist parties like the PVV and UKIP. They're fueling the new fascist parties like the BNP, the Swedish Democrats and the Front National will be second in the French elections next year. And I tell you, they're also fueling a street movement of racists, like the English Defence League and like the Jobbik in Hungary. And I'm of a generation that remembers what it was like back in Britain the last time we saw that. Remember the British movement and the National Front skinheads outside of our schools, terrorising people. I had to leave my school half an hour early every day for 1 year because the British movement thought it was all right to go pack bashing and left bashing. And I say never again will I let any kid have to go through that again, because I remember what it was like in the late 70s and early 80s. These people have got no right to intimidate us outside our schools. It depresses me when I hear teachers writing into our music papers and saying we've now got fascists outside our schools. Leaving. You have to say never again are we going back to that kind of treatment. Never, never. Never again. One thing I got in the last few months that's really cheered me up was a letter from a woman called Missing Black. I don't know her first name. She writes love music. She's lost her daughter in Norway. Never met her, and I'm hoping to go out to Norway to speak at her meeting soon. So I hope to meet her there. She said the only bright star in the last 3 months of her life was when we stopped English Defence League in Tower Hamlets. That's something to be proud of. That's something absolutely to be proud of, because for the last 2 years I've been sick to my back teeth of watching these racist, fascist folks walk through the streets bragging that they can intimidate and bully people and bully communities and run around and get a free press for doing it. So I'm glad we did that. I'm glad we stopped in the Tower Hamlets, because we have to learn the lessons and Tower Hamlets, and for me, there are three. One is the way we beat them in Tower Hamlets, which is different from Bradford and different from other places in the city, was we had a united community. Black, white, Asian, gay, straight, men and women, trades and religion and people of non-religion came together and said they shall not pass, and it came in numbers that meant the police were scared and had to stop them from coming in, and that's something we should remember. We need maximum unity to beat the fascists. It doesn't matter if you're Labour or SWP, it doesn't matter if you're anarchist or Muslim or Christian or Jew. We have to come together and fight them together. We can disagree on many things, but when it comes to fascism coming to our towns and cities, we have to put up a united front to beat them, a united face to beat them, otherwise they will beat us and take us away one at a time. I remember the old Pastor poem. First they came for the Jews, I did nothing because I wasn't a Jew. Then they come for the communists, I did nothing because I wasn't a communist. We have the same problem in this country. First they come for the Muslims. Don't think they won't come for you next. That's what they did when they attacked the Swansea Trade Union demonstration. That's what the UDL did when they attacked the United Headquarters in Liverpool. First, they come for the Muslims and then they'll come for you. So that's why we stand together, because we understand that we're like fingers on a hand. When we close our fingers together, we create a fist, and a fist is much stronger than trying to poke these people's eyes out. Secondly is this. I understand why many people sign petitions wanting to see the EDL banned. But I say it's a mistaken strategy. I say this for all reasons. I say why. Because one, it doesn't stop them marching. You can't rely on Theresa May to ban them. She attacks Muslims in this country. She attacks multiculturalism, so don't ask her to defend us. We have to go back to our old traditions, where we defend ourselves, where we unite communities to beat them. We cannot rely on the police or Theresa May. We have to rely on ourselves. It's the only way, it's the old way, and it's the best way. And finally, even if we disagree on that, we have to turn around and say, whatever happens, we have to come together, whether you're for banning or against banning, and on the day that the EDL march, we then have to come together, unite together, and march together to beat them. That was a desperate Tower Hamlets. United we stand, divided we fall. I'm for more unity, absolute unity, on the question of defeating the EDL, because it is now the biggest threat we face.